We are live at Allegheny Coffee and Tea in the beautiful Strip District, answering questions about the Pittsburgh Pirates today, recapping the Dodger series, and previewing the series versus the Milwaukee Brewers. I'm here with my new co-host, Adam Debo, and we're going to get started. Cue the music.
One-on-one, she compliment my taste. Whiskey in my lemonade, cause I like the way it tastes. Best seats at the Pirates game, they let me run the base. Yeah, my time is like my money, cause I can't afford to waste. Wifey is a lawyer, take my date to my dates. Order steak by the plate, send in case after case. Run my race at my pace, clear the grass of the snakes.
Welcome back to another episode of Bucko Banter, and special episode today. We don't have anyone behind the camera. Our cameraman is now in front of the camera. Please welcome for his Bucko Banter official debut on the podcast.
That's true.
Mr. Adam Debo.
Couple Sacks cast appearances, but I actually feel honored right now because I have my back to the people trying to parallel park, but this dude just put in an all-time worst performance ever right in front of me, and I feel great.
Pretty terrible. Not great, but welcome to the show.
Thank you. Yeah, a couple of Sacks cast appearances, but the first time on cam for Bucko Banter after I've been talked about so lowly.
Talking about the Pirates. The Buccos. You got some stuff to say? You want to get on the mic?
Jay, don't leave me.
Here you go. Here we go. So
About what? The Steelers?
Hey, you know what? PA all day, by the way. I'm PA Joe, man. It's crazy because I'm from Pennsylvania, but I'm actually from California, so I'm a Niners fan.
okay.
Niners, Seattle. Excited about it on Sunday, 1 o'clock, man. But you know what I like what Pittsburgh got? Aaron Rodgers, I think he's going to have a big, beautiful day in New York. Back at home, how crazy is that? Fucking NFL knows what they're doing, right?
Yeah, of course.
Sell some goddamn
Rodgers back to New York, yeah.
That's crazy. Right?
Yeah.
You know what, man? But this is the best podcast on the street, Daily Bread, yo.
Well, it's called Bucko Banter. Bucko Banter, yeah.
Banter. These dudes are fucking solid, man.
Appreciate you, man.
I like these dudes. And toast to that shit.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
You, man.
Have a nice
Enjoy
day.
your
Looks like
day.
you got a nice start going on.
Yeah.
It
All right.
is.
So not appreciate you.
10:07. This man was walking down the street with an empty bottle of Dom Perignon.
Yeah, that guy was absolutely hammered.
10:07. Pretty nice. He's from Pennsylvania, also from California as well. And that's the type of thing that you see when you're just posted up on the street in the best neighborhood in Pittsburgh, the Strip District.
Oh my Lord. That guy was very drunk. We said we were a Pirates podcast, and then
He started to talk about the San Francisco 49ers. That's correct.
well, that's okay. That's okay. We have a question from Nick Socrates. Question for the duo. How do you manage to look so hot? A lot of skincare routine, a lot of sleep, and just God-given talent.
Yeah, I think I was born this way. You got some Pirates
Yeah,
comments
if
there?
you want to say something, you get on the mic and say it.
You should get it.
I'll tell you this. Here's the deal. You ask a question about the Pirates, a legitimate question about the Pirates, we'll give you a free coffee.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
All right. I can do that.
He's actually a massive
All right.
Here we go.
WF fan in New York.
Here you go. That's on. Say, give us your name and where you're from.
Talking about the sucker.
What's your name? Where you from?
My name is Matt Brill. I live in Nashville, but I'm from New York.
Okay, Nashville.
So
a
how
lot
are
of
you a
Pirates
Pirates
fans are scared of Nashville because there's been rumors that Nashville wants to expand. and
I mean,
they'd move
we've
the
got a
Pirates
beautiful
there.
skyline and room cleared to build a stadium on the river right next to our football stadium. So honestly, it would be a good fit, and we might get an owner that actually spend money. So
That's fair. That's
that
fair.
could work.
Matt, what's your question?
My question is, how do you fix it? Do you have to sell the team, or are you guys just doom and gloom counting down the days till football and hockey season forever here?
Football season's tomorrow.
I know.
Yeah,
I know. The countdown's there. You guys have made it through the dog
Made it
days.
through the dog days. I'll tell you this. One, yes, people are waiting for football season.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There's a huge transition you can tell in Pittsburgh, especially with us, just with like listening and engagement. Like right when football season starts and the Pirates aren't in it, total switch up to the Steelers, right? In terms of the Pirates, how do you fix it? You gotta spend. I mean, like being the dead horse here, you spend money, and whether that's getting a new owner or a new front office or just a total change in mentality, it's not going to change until then, right?
Yeah, I feel like
It's a numbers game.
I feel like if they got one or two or maybe three guys in the middle of their lineup with the pitching staff that you have, if Ohtani wasn't in the National League, Skeens could win the MVP and the Cy Young with a losing record.
Yeah, he's generational.
That's how ridiculous it is.
He's generational.
You know, I think like the blueprint is always wait until you have a part of your team that's really strong and either sign the rest or like maybe trade from your strength to build that up. And the pitching staff is just absolutely stellar, just phenomenal. And they haven't done too much to supplement that. And like you got some guys coming up, but you really only need, like you said, a handful of guys to.
You need to have more than 44 home runs on that right field counter. I'm from New York. I was looking at my boy Andrew. I'm like, what's that number over there? He's like, oh, that's Pirates homers at home. Like Aaron Judge has more than that.
Yeah.
And one guy has more than that. And your right field's only 6 feet longer and a little bit higher.
Yeah.
Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You guys should have power hitters somewhere.
The key is,
Blows
I
my
mean,
mind.
yeah, you got to spend money, and they have a decent core now. You have to add 2 to 3 players to that core.
Yeah,
like you
because
said.
the pitching is so good and you do
It's
have some
phenomenal.
pieces to where it could work. You guys
Yeah.
aren't that far up, but thank you
No.
for letting
Yeah.
me join. I'm going to go get a coffee.
Absolutely
Appreciate it.
give him his free voucher there.
There you go.
Thanks for joining the show.
It's funny. I don't have a question. I just bitch about Bob nutting for 20 minutes, and I know he needs to hear that.
We've heard it all.
But it's funny because he's sitting there first time ever at PNC Park, and he's like, "We went on Thursday, Paul pitched. This was
Great game on Thursday. 6 innings, shutout. What do you have? 8 Ks?
Yeah.
He's like, you guys are about to sweep. You could sweep the Dodgers tonight."
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm so fired up, and I'm like, dude, you're more excited as a non-Pirate fan than I am as a kid who grew up in Pittsburgh his whole life. I was like, people just don't care.
Yeah.
It
I mean,
sucks. It sucks.
it's hard to be a casual Pirates fan. You kind of have to be like a real sicko about it or just not at all, I think. Right there. Yeah. So, but we go to every game and, you know, we're with them through thick and thin. That's it. Pittsburgh has some real sickos. That's true.
Absolutely.
So
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, those are we're roaming around the outfield doing fan content usually. So if you're at a game in the outfield, come find us. We're in center field. We're asking people trivia. We're doing giveaways. Come find us in the outfield when you're at a game. Yeah. All right.
you guys before. You guys are good content.
Nice.
Thanks, man.
Awesome.
Appreciate
Appreciate
you.
that.
Have a good day.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a good one. Yeah. So, off to a hot start.
Yeah. Getting
A lot of people coming by asking questions. We have another fan
engagement.
question here. Name and where you're from.
Jamie from Pittsburgh. What do you guys think about Don Kelly? Do you think he's going to stay? You know, I know he's at 500 now or above 500. What are your opinions on that?
Good question. I'll tell you what, I think I've done a complete switch up on the Don Kelly discourse, because at first my whole thing was you need to rebuild this entire culture, right? You need to start from the beginning. They don't have a winning culture. The clubhouse isn't conducive to winning. And I think that starts with a good manager. If a manager does just about anything in this game, a lot of times it's just a scapegoat, but it's a guy that shows up constantly for your guys, who's a positive presence. And I think Don Kelly brings that. And I think now we've had enough of a sample size where you can say, hey, like, these guys like playing for Don Kelly. They enjoy showing up to the clubhouse every day when he's there. So I think that's all you need going into next year. And that does carry some positive momentum into 2026.
Yeah, I think like when we first saw that first series after Shelton, there was like it just seemed like a huge relief. Not that Shelton was, I think it just his time had run its course.
Right.
And then it was like, okay, is this actually real, or is this just a change that they're happy about? But it seems like he has the style to like kind of bring the guys together, make things more like serious, yes, but not so, it just seemed like a pressure cooker when Shelton was there. Everything was the most important thing. Guys were like seemingly playing like nervous almost.
Yeah.
He seems to be like a player's manager, not like an authoritative kind of guy. But
Right.
the guys like him, he was playing with largely the same deck of
It's the
cards
same
that
roster.
Shelton was.
It's the
yeah.
it's the same roster minus some guys.
Yeah.
It's the same
Yeah.
roster minus some guys. What we were talking about on the show the other day with Scott is I like how he stands up for his guys. It's something Shelton.
Yeah, he's
didn't
not
do
afraid to get
that
thrown
often.
out. Yeah. Yeah.
Not
yeah.
afraid to get thrown out. Not afraid to argue with some umpires, and that gets guys going, especially what we're September 6th right now. That's and you're not really playing for anything. So the fact that they're showing up right now and they're winning ball games and
You
they're
might as well
playing competitive baseball,
show the
that
guys
says
you're
a lot.
behind them.
Like you have energy, you could just hang it up right now, just right out the last couple of weeks of the
Yeah,
season.
like how they started the season.
Exactly. I mean, you really have nothing to play for right now, except for just to like simply win baseball games and just go out there and play, be a professional baseball player.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
they're
well,
making it exciting at least.
I think like the team itself doesn't, but I think like Don Kelly does and Ben Charrington does, and
Yeah.
a good end to the season kind of I think helps them out. It also sets the tone for the beginning of next season.
Right. Well, what do you think about this then? You mentioned Ben Charrington. Do you think going into 2026, if they retain Don Kelly, do they also retain Ben Charrington?
I think like I don't know. Like you switch it up. The roster is still the roster. You're not asking Don Kelly to be a miracle worker, and if he's going to end the season 500,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that I would like for this to happen, but I think if you're gonna, I think they're kind of tied together for at least another season, right?
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna give Don Kelly another chance and say he did enough with what he had, then do you give him one more spin? I don't know.
I don't know. I think as a GM,
I think the fans wouldn't be pleased.
I don't know if I'm like if you give the GM a shorter leash or you give a manager the shorter leash, but I think you've given plenty of wiggle room for Ben Charrington to make effective moves that would make this team successful by now. So it's like, what is another year gonna do? Yeah, you might have like the minor league system starting to formulate a little bit with some upper level bats. You have the hope of Connor Griffin coming up sooner rather than later. I think we're probably going to expect him next year at this point, the way things are going. So it's like, are we now saying like, oh, this has all been leading to year 7 of a rebuild, or are we sick of it and we say, hey, enough? But like, is that too much of an overhaul? Then does that restart the entire process over and over again?
And I do think like the things that Ben Charrington is best at, like, don't help the team now. Like if you get a new GM who can do things like, I don't know, maybe convince the front office to spend some money, sign some free agents, make good decisions when signing free agents. Historically, that hasn't been really his strength.
They haven't signed a single multi-year free agent.
Yeah, not getting fleeced in deals also not been his strength either.
Yeah.
So maybe you do get someone new who can do something to help the team in the short term, try to capitalize on the core you have right now.
I think the issue is, like, we're talking to the guy earlier today, it's just adding a couple of bats to the middle of that lineup, and that's going to have to come through multi-year contracts in order to make this team like actually successful and actually feel like you have a core that's going to stick together for more than a couple of years, other than the guys that you have pre-arbitration that are in their RBers right now. So Ben Charrington said on the MLB Trade Rumors podcast the other day, they've offered some contracts, multi-year contracts, but the pool that they have to offer is much smaller than a lot of the league, right? Because take out the guys that are going to be earning 25 plus a year, right? In free agency, you automatically wipe those.
Yeah.
And then you have the guys that it's like, okay, middle tier to bottom tier free agents. It's either, we're going to offer you a 1-year deal because you're 35 years old and we think you can maybe come in and fill a spot, or do we offer, a multi-year deal to a guy who's like on the cusp, not, has had like an average baseball career. So it's like, I think a good GM does navigate a way to bring those guys in. But then he also mentioned like those guys are taking a leap of faith that the Pirates are going to be good.
I think that might be the bigger problem. Yeah. Like, is the multi-year deal thing, it's like it's kind of a cuts both ways.
Right. Yeah, we have another question.
Just before I head out, I just wanted to ask, what's the Wolf game? What was that all about? I see you're wearing a Wolf's hat.
Oh yeah, I prepared something special for this. I didn't know that this question was going to be asked, but I thought that there might be some potential discussion of the Wolf game. So
go on.
So no.
What's the Wolf game?
Oh, well, all right. I'll explain it first. Well, no, actually, hold on. You explain it. I'm going to step off camera for a second. I'll be right back.
So the Wolf game originated in December of 2025. It was myself and the other Bucko Banter boys, along with some other third parties, that wish to remain silent partners in the Wolf game. Essentially, what the Wolf game is it's a random day in the season where a group of you and your close friends and fans of the Pirates show up in Wolf shirts, like the gentleman to my left, probably camera right here, has a beautiful Wolf shirt on and a Wolves hat on, and you show up as a pack, as friends, and
Yeah.
you support your team. Wolves stick together in the
Yeah.
dog days of the summer.
That's
right?
true.
You've had a lot that you've been through, but you stick together with your pack. You howl through the pain, and you have a good time. And that happens on a Tuesday.
Yep.
In September. So, shout out to everybody that supported the Wolf game. This is an excellent shirt, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, so the Wolf game, people were really, I think, I'll say it, they were up in arms.
Up in arms about the Wolf.
They
game.
were up in arms. They were rabid,
right,
even, because they didn't know what the Wolf game was. It wasn't on any Pirates calendar. It wasn't on the magnetic calendar
Promo
that you put
list,
on your
yeah.
fridge at the beginning of the year, right? This was I think a guerrilla baseball event. And it all started because Noah Hiles said on one occasion, what if we just wore a Wolf shirt to the game?
Yeah, and listen, that turned into something much bigger than we could ever expect. I think next year you could expect a lot more from the Wolf game.
Yeah.
Potentially a Wolf tailgate. For the person who asked the question, they're still standing here. Wolf tailgate, Wolf petting zoo, potentially.
Yeah. I think we might. I think we're going to
Costumes.
acquire a Wolf potentially. We're in talks.
We're in talks. We're in talks with a Wolf. We have to offer a multi-year contract for us to get it to come to Pittsburgh. The Wolf has a lot of other options. Yeah. So good question. I'm excited about the Wolf game. Let's talk a little bit about the Dodgers series. Okay, and then we'll transition to the series against Milwaukee and last night's game. We were at all the games for the Dodgers series. You saw Bubba Chandler get his second win of his career. So all three of his appearances have resulted in a decision, whether that be a win or a save that comes in a 4-inning save. But what did you see, Debo, in the Dodgers series that was different from, let's say, the rest of the series this year, where they've either struggled or even when they've succeeded?
I mean, I think the Dodgers series, I think, was a great example of it. But I mean, just going back, the Pirates haven't lost a series since the Cubs. And I think, like, looking at how they've been playing since then, specifically in the Dodgers series as well, is they've been finding different ways to win, right? Like, the Pirates winning recipe right now is you hope to get a shutout or a 1 or 2 run game from your starter and from your pitching staff, and then you can hope that your guys put up like 2 to 3 runs and win a fairly boring baseball game.
Right.
But like, you have this Dodgers game here, 9-7, first game of the series. You come in, you say the Dodgers are going to put up 7 runs in the opening game of the series. Tell me the Pirates are going to win that game, but they win 9-7, right? And then you come out after that and you have a shutout. I think that was that the Wednesday game,
and then Thursday. Yeah, Thursday they pretty much had them shut out until the last inning. I
mean, they're just winning in multiple ways, you know, as opposed to, and that the Wednesday game was a bullpen game.
Yeah,
you know, they're winning in different ways, right?
I agree, man. I think they're averaging like 5.5 runs a game too, which, I mean, simple. Just look at it simply, like, they're scoring runs, right? They're hitting more than just 1 inning.
If the Pirates average like 4 runs this year, they'd be
at least a 500 ball club.
Yeah,
at least. And that's all we're asking for. And I think that's why, like, you hear guys come up here and they're shouting from the streets here in the Strip District just to add a bat to the lineup. I think you look at what they have right now. I think Spencer Horwitz could be a platoon guy. I think he's hitting 260, 727 OPS. I mean, that's top on the team right now, I believe, which is not great. But I mean, listen, Tommy Pham has really come on. He's been a good veteran presence. Andrew McCutchen has been solid. Nick Gonzalez is hitting the ball hard just about every single at bat. Really, everyone has contributed. I think even Joey Bart started to heat up a little bit, maybe a little bit too late. But how's it going? You got a question? You get a free coffee if you have a question. Oh, man. There we go. Name and where you're from.
Nicole from McCandless.
What's your question?
Why did we trade Quinn Priester for Nick York?
Good question. Good question. So I think Quinn Priester was not great in Pittsburgh. I also think it might have just been more of like a change of scenery type deal, right? Because a guy can just get stuck in his ways somewhere and just not develop, and maybe another organization sees something different and it works. I think with the Brewers, what they were talking about last night is he works better horizontally where the Pirates wanted him to work vertically pitching, and he doesn't throw 99 miles per hour. So maybe mixing it up a little bit more has helped him succeed in his career. And it's very frustrating to see because he's very good right now. Yeah, 10 straight wins for Quinn Priester, 2 against the Pirates this year.
I mean, the Brewers crushed the Pirates, but
yeah.
Also, trading from your strength is like he's killing, no doubt about it. But like, look at the Pirates' potential rotation next year, and like, you know, if you're trading a guy who you think maybe won't hit his ceiling for somebody who's going to be at least a guy who can contribute a little bit, you know, you trade from your strengths. In hindsight, it's not the best deal, but you know,
yeah, it wouldn't be the first Pirate that goes somewhere else and is much better.
He's in a long line of Pirates to do that.
Key Brian Hayes is playing pretty well right now too for the Reds. Just wasn't happy in Pittsburgh. So, good question. Thank you. Appreciate it. We are going. Yeah. Do you want a coffee? Take a free coffee. We are going to the game tonight. We'll be there about 3:00,
3:30
today. We'll be on the field asking questions, and then we'll just be walking around doing giveaways. You gonna be there? Okay, yeah. Well, we see you there most of the time, so I'm sure we'll see you there tonight. Right, exactly. Yeah. Well, we'll see you there tonight. Have a good one.
Thank you.
So I mean, that's actually a good transition to like Nick York too, right? You just got asked about Quinn Priester. Nick York was the return for that. Nick York, who recently was playing pretty well in AAA, and a lot of people were clamoring for him to be up all season. I think this is a good opportunity now for him to show like, hey, what do you have in that bat? And I think for one thing, he's hitting the ball hard. Like he's having more competitive at bats than some other guys that they've called up right now. And I think it's too early to tell, but really the only guy on the team that is, I mean, like significantly struggling at the plate. And I mean, he had a couple of hits last night was O'Neal Cruz, who's hitting 205 with a 695 OPS. I mean, unless you're counting like Henry Davis, who's just been consistently below average throughout the season. I think O'Neal is one guy where you need to take like a long look in the mirror and say, is it just going to be this where you're going to have to ride the highs and lows, and the highs are going to be very good, which helps this team score runs, and then you're going to have to deal with the lows?
Yeah, but how long are the highs? I mean,
if the highs are only like 1 month out of the year, then you're just talking about a bad baseball player.
He started off the season okay. We had our little leadoff experiments, and that seemed to work for a while. And then since then, really, he's been just okay, and then pretty bad.
Yeah, the defense also, I think we saw a step in the right direction, but right now it still doesn't look natural out there.
Yeah,
it really does. It scares me.
He takes some questionable routes. I feel like we saw this play the other day where the ball, I hit off like the base of the fence, but he just like kind of jumped for no reason. It was pretty strange. I don't know. His routes make me scratch my head.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to take just one more year, or if he's going to have to go play in the Dominican Winter League again. Like last year, he went to the Dominican Winter League and then he barely played. I think he played like a couple games, then he left. It's just more games. I don't know how many more games you can do. 162 is a lot of games to get used to a position, but yeah, I'm hopeful. I think with the pitching staff that you mentioned earlier, it's like this, like what you have right now, if you can bring that back minus a handful of guys. I mean, you pretty much only have 2 1-year contracts on the roster right now. Tommy Pham, Andrew McCutcheon. Let me ask you this: would you bring back Tommy Pham?
I mean, it sounds insane to say, but like, he's literally been one of your best players in the last like quarter of the season. It's kind of insane.
Yeah,
that's I don't know if that means you should bring him back, but like if you're looking for the veteran presence only matters if you have like having that veteran presence, I think only matters if you're like actually trying to win baseball games.
Yeah,
because
100%.
like, what's the point if not? I mean, I personally like Tommy Pham. I think he's a fun guy to have on the team. I would like him to be back, but like as big picture, I don't know if it really matters that much.
Sure. I mean, like it would have to be on like another 1-year deal.
Yeah.
Like as a fourth outfielder type of guy. I know like we joke about it, but right when he got his eyesight fixed, it was like immediate switch.
He's crushing. I have it pulled up here. It was since in the span that the Pirates haven't lost a series, right? Since that Cubs series. Like he's batting 288. Like he's getting on base. He's one of the better hitters on the team. Like I know as much as kind of crazy as it is to say, like his reputation is that he's kind of a madman. He's out here shooting freaking crossbows, but like, guys in the clubhouse seem to like him. He's like pretty jovial, even when things were like super down.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah. No,
he's been one of your best players.
I agree. Before we go on and then we wrap it up, we have to thank Total Sports Enterprises for sponsoring the podcast. This episode is brought to you by Total Sports Enterprises. Go to tscshop.com for all your Pittsburgh sports memorabilia needs, whether that's Pirates, Penguins, or Steelers who are getting kicked off tomorrow versus the New York Jets in New Jersey. By the way, not even New York. You go to Total Sports Enterprises to get that signed jersey that you've been clamoring for, signed baseball bat, helmet, baseball, whatever your heart desires. Total Sports Enterprises has you covered. And this next segment is brought to you by Total Sports Enterprises. We've done this a couple times before, and we're going to do it again. We're going to do a sports memorabilia draft. If you have a question, you get a free coffee. Then you get a free tea as well. You can ask. You can ask right into this mic right here. There's none. Here, hand this over to her.
Yep.
Just. It could be anything.
Anything
Name
about
where
the
you're from
Pirates.
and then the question.
I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
All right.
And my question about the Pirates is, do you think there's ever another chance that they could win a World Series? 1960, I was born when they won. And then the last one was 1979.
Right.
And I was in the inside-outside insane asylum in downtown Pittsburgh. So what do you think we need to build? I mean, our pitching staff is great right now. And it just seems, they just seem to need to gel.
Yeah, I agree. Good question. Thank you.
That is a good
Make sure
question.
she gets her her free
I'll
tea.
take that first.
So yeah, I would say in order to gel, one, they need to spend money. They need to spend more money. Yeah. Yeah. Listen,
I think on paper, they're not that far away from being like a very good baseball team, especially in like a playoff setting.
Yeah.
The problem is like, will they actually in practice do the things that they need to do to get there? And
Right.
I think that's the hard.
yeah, they play well against good teams, and I think it's just pitching, right? If you have very good pitching and you get into the playoffs, anything can happen. You just need to add one or two more core pieces that are actually going to be here more than 1 year, right? Not guys that are on 1 year contracts, but someone who's just going to be a consistent presence, right? And once you get to the playoffs, anything could happen. I for sure hope they win a World Series in my lifetime.
I think the only thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no.
I think the only thing that needs to change is like a slight culture change, right? Like the pitching staff is incredible, and they're not, again, on paper, I don't think they're that far off from being a pretty impactful baseball team, but
Right.
it's a bit of a culture shift that I think needs to happen.
Yeah. Oh, we've had that many times here.
Yeah, that's
many
it.
times. Yeah,
That's it.
but yeah,
All right.
enjoy your.
Thank you.
This is we're on the Bucko Banter podcast. It's on a baseball media network, and we cover the team, and we're at every game, and we come here. Oh, well, same. We're down there, so maybe we'll see you
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
All
Beautiful
right.
place. Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, absolutely. Here, I'll get. Are you gonna go get a tea?
Yeah, we'll have one when we come back out.
So, Total Sports Enterprises.
Total Sports Enterprises.
Good question. Let's do this. We're gonna do a sports memorabilia draft real quick, Debo. Since you are debuting on the show, I'll let you go first. We'll have 3 picks.
All right. I have a baseball memorabilia draft, but I was told to keep it to Pittsburgh sports here. And I'm gonna do a little cross section of a bunch of different Pittsburgh sports. So I'll start baseball, and we're gonna go. This is pie in the sky. If I could have any Pittsburgh sports memorabilia, what I would want. I'm gonna go with the Johnny Cueto dropped ball. I want that.
It's a good one. That's a really good pick. My first pick of the first round is going to be a signed crossbow from Tommy Pham.
All right. I do like that. That way, if you ever use it, you could be like, I swear to God, it's not mine. I'm just holding it for a friend. Yeah. That's a good pick. I like that. Very, very topical. My next one, I'm going to, in honor of the Pittsburgh Steelers kicking off tomorrow, I'm going to go with a pair of Mike Tomlin Aviators.
Oh, that's good because my next pick was a pair of Kenta Colby signed glasses.
Wow. Both with the glasses pick round 2. That's kind of crazy, actually.
And then round 3, your last pick.
We're going to kick it off with a little pit action here. I'm going to go with not a deep cut, but a throwback pit basketball. I want a piece of the backboard that Jerome Lane shattered.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's what I want.
I like that a lot. Very, very good pick. And for my last pick, I want the lineup cards from the Wolf game.
Oh, that is nice.
The official lineup cards from the Wolf game.
That actually has the potential to go down as an all-time piece of Pittsburgh sports memorabilia. And we don't even know where they are right now.
Exactly. Well, good draft.
Yeah,
this was brought to you by Total Sports Enterprises. Again, make sure you go get all your Pittsburgh sports memorabilia needs from tseshop.com. If you go to our Spotify and click the link, that would be extremely helpful to let them know Bucko Banter sent you. Let's talk about the Brewers real quick. Last night,
briefly before we get into it, I want to just tell you what my original list was when we were just doing baseball.
Oh yeah, because you had a whole list.
I had a whole list
for some stickers here. You can find us on all social media,
Bucko
and
Banter.
YouTube.
I had a whole list. Now, one I think is a repeat. I forgot that. Mr. Scott Moore, who couldn't be with us today.
He's fine, by the way.
Yeah,
yeah, have a good one.
He's alive.
He's alive. Yeah, he's alive and well. He's just no longer with us at this moment.
Wish him the best.
Wish him the best.
He did say Rodolfo Castro's cell phone.
I said that.
You said that.
I said that.
So I had forgotten that. So I will say that's a bit of a repeat, but I think that is a classic.
Yeah.
The other two that I had, I want Steve Bartman's wired headphones.
Ooh.
Yeah. I want the over ear, I want those.
Yeah.
It's just such a classic picture because, I know that at the time we didn't have the most technology, but like looking at him, just looking shocked in that picture with the headphones on, amazing. And then I want the Bobby Valentine disguise with the fake mustache and the sunglasses as well.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's very good. Creative.
Yeah. So that's what I had. That's what I had there.
Good stuff.
Let's talk about the Brewers.
Let's talk about the Brewers real quick. Last night it was Quinn Priester. He's been absolutely on a tear this year. I mean, this is the best team in baseball. We're talking about the Brewers. Quinn Priester's 12-2. Last night he went 7 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned, 1 walk, 6 Ks. He's got a 3.25 ERA. By the way, Jim Rosati says on YouTube, finally some talent on the show. How do we kick somebody out of here?
You know what? I think we shouldn't kick him out. I think he's actually a genius. And I will say this. I'm going to say this. And you know how I know that he's right? Is because Scott stole my bit the other day.
Yeah.
And it really hurt me. Somebody, I forget who it was. Somebody got a hit right into the notch the other day. And because I am such a big Jim Rosati fan, I turned and I immediately said, man, he hit that right into the Jim Rosati. And Scott stole my bit on the pot the other day. No credit. And I think at least Jim recognizes that. Some real talent behind the mic on the pod today. Scott knows the stats. He knows the team. He's brilliant at analyzing the pitching for sure, right? But the charisma.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Charisma. I got you. Well, listen, this Brewers team is very good. All right. And tonight you're going to see Brandon Woodruff, I believe, who has been excellent for them this year. What do you expect from the rest of the series? I mean, is it kind of just score? It's like score, like finally give the pitching the support that they have been for the last month, or is it going to come down to just shutting down the Brewers when, like, I feel like they come through in all these clutch moments, like whenever they need runs, they're able to get it. It's just like minimizing those opportunities.
I mean, they did it last night. I don't want to seem like all doom and gloom. I think the magic's over. I think the magic of the Wolf game, I think the magic of the last, 5 series where they haven't dropped one, like the Brewers are like just the stopper, right? And then I think do they have Mizorowski on Sunday?
Mizorowski on Sunday. And as we mentioned on the pod on Wednesday or Thursday's episode, I think we might see a Bubba Chandler start.
Yeah.
On Sunday.
I mean, there might be some fireworks there. But yeah, I mean, again, like we talked about, the Pirates have found ways to win that they don't normally find. And like last night, they kind of had some opportunities for that to happen. And like against the Dodgers, they were putting up runs. They were getting out of like some real serious jams that they had. And it just didn't happen last night. And the magic, I think, has maybe worn off. The Brewers just seem to be, they got swept the last time they played the Brewers, right?
They did.
Yeah.
They go to Milwaukee. It's the house of horrors. You
Yeah.
can't win there. 87-55, the Milwaukee Brewers. I mean, they're going to win over 90 games easily this year. So I think, as we mentioned earlier, it's just going out there and playing good baseball. Like at the end of the day, the results really don't matter at this point, but it's playing competitive baseball, scoring some runs and putting yourself at least in a position. Yeah. Showing some life, putting yourself in a position where you think at least you have a chance to win a game. Whereas like in the middle of the summer, it's the other team scores one run in the first inning. You're like, well, this game's over. Right.
Yeah.
So I think at the end of the day, just let's go put up some runs and, win or lose, you just need to show some type of energy.
Like if you could score 4 runs consistently, like even just over the next 2 games, I think you have a chance. The pitching staff is so good, but yeah, they haven't been scoring at opportune times.
Yeah. Well, I think that's going to be it for today's episode. We appreciate everybody for joining us, and we appreciate everyone who stopped by. A lot of interaction,
a lot of fan content
today. A lot of chatter here on the streets in the Strip District. Thank you to Allegheny Coffee and Tea here in the middle of Penn Avenue. Come by, get your coffee, and for the next show, just so you know, if you come by and you ask a question in person, you get a free coffee or tea, whatever your heart desires. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube at Bucko Banter. Subscribe, like, leave a comment, tell a friend to tell a friend. Go to all the social medias, follow. We post a video every single day about the Pirates, whether it's a player video, fan interaction, much more, or trivia. You can find us at the games giving away signed autographs from Total Sports Enterprises or other sponsored sports card junction. And until next time, raise it.
Best seats at the Pirates game, they let me run the base. Yeah, my time is like my money, cause I can't afford to waste. Wifey is a lawyer, take my date to my dates, or the steak by the plates. And